What was life like for children during the colonial time period in America? Well, families lived very different from one another, just like today. Let's look at how families lived in colonial Williamsburg, Virginia during the late 1600s to mid 1700s. If you were part of a rich family, perhaps you lived in a large house on a large plantation that was maintained by slaves. You may have had many brothers and sisters. Kids were often rich. Boys may have worn wigs and fancy clothes like ruffled shirts and velvet pants. Girls may have worn satin gowns and high heels. For an education, boys could attend the College of William and Mary, named after King William III and Queen Mary II of England. This school for boys taught them reading, writing, and arithmetic. Older boys could study to become priests in the Church of England. Some girls attended dame schools. Dame schools were run by women in their homes. The girls learned prayers, the alphabet, knitting, or sewing. Most girls didn't go to school because women were usually expected to take care of important jobs at home. At home, the girls would learn how to cook and sew. Both boys and girls learned lessons in manners. They learned about strict rules of behavior. For example, every action done in company ought to be with some sign of respect to those that are present. For fun, they liked to dance and ride horses. Now, if you were a child from a small family farm, you didn't have the advantages of the kids from the large plantation. You lived in a small house. You didn't have as many clothing options as those that lived on the plantation. Perhaps you may have had only one set of clothes and even no shoes. Families with enough money could send their boys to study with a local minister or priest, or they may have hired a tutor to come to their homes. Children of farmers may have learned how to read and write. For fun, they played games but owned only a few toys. The food they ate may have been hearty, but may have not provided all the nutrition that families from the rich plantations could afford. Children of slaves, however, had very difficult lives. They lived in small shacks and worked much of the time. They may have had worn-out clothes and sometimes no shoes. They ate simple foods and often were hungry. Only a few slave children learned how to read and write. They may have only had one or no toys at all. For entertainment, they liked to sing and dance. Just as in our present day, children in colonial times came from very different backgrounds and lived very different lives.